Good evening, honorable members, distinguished guests. I am Erik Van Den Berghe, an educator and a local politician from Brussels, shaped on the vibrant streets of Molenbeek. Yes, Molenbeek. As a child, I played football with Jewish, Muslim, Christian and atheist friends, bound by laughter, not by labels. My grandmother's Judaism, my father's Christianity, and the hospitality I found in the homes of my Muslim friends gave me a deep connection to all three Abrahamic faiths and to the power of our shared humanity. Today, I draw on these roots to confront a pressing challenge: the radicalization of Europe's youth. Freedom of identity. Polarisation fractures our communities. Radicalization fuels hatred, and extremism turns toxic ideas into violent acts. We must act before such a division destroys us all. Freedom of speech is the cornerstone of European democracy. But let us be clear, incitement to violence or hatred has no place within it. We should not teach our youth to erase themselves in the name of harmony. Instead, we must encourage them to search, to question, to embrace their identity, and to grow into individuals who can stand tall in a society that values both unity and difference. The goal is not sameness. The goal is mutual respect. A world where I can honor who you are without losing who I am. Teaching our democratic values means teaching equality between men and women, freedom of religion, freedom of political opinion, etc. What I have seen in Brussels, nearly 55 years in Brussels, I've seen young people flirt with extremist ideologies, from rigid interpretations of faith to anti-democratic rhetoric. One young man, eyes blazing with defiance, told me, "Sir, democracy is just a Western trick." I did not silence him. I invited him to debate, to question, to listen. Months later, he led an interfaith project, bringing pupils together to discuss their shared values. What transformed him? Not the punishment or the investigation, but dialogue, trust, and education. Across Europe, I hear similar cries from young people searching for their identity. By engaging them, we guide them towards inclusion and not division. My approach, my simple approach to countering radicalism, rests on two pillars: critical thinking and ethics. First, I teach pupils to think critically. They analyze extremist propaganda, videos, posts, slogans, learning to uncover the flaws in its logic. This empowers them to resist indoctrination and to engage constructively in diverse societies. In doing so, we foster informed, resilient citizens who uphold Europe's values of freedom, tolerance, and mutual respect. Second, I teach ethics, the conviction that responsibility begins with recognizing the humanity of the other. Whether Muslim, Jewish, Christian, atheist, Hindu, Buddhist, Sikh, etc. Every encounter becomes a lesson in dignity. But to scale this, we need teachers trained to foster these skills, embedding critical thinking and ethical dialogue in every classroom. Europe stands at a crossroads. fear or courage. We must build schools where pupils discover purpose, develop moral compasses, and contribute to a shared European identity. An identity that thrives on our multi-ethnic, multi-religious, and multilinguistic diversity, but only if we nurture dialogue. Radicalism that rejects European openness and inclusivity breeds polarization, not progress. To counter it, we need 4 things. Schools that prioritize dialogue over rote learning, creating spaces for difficult conversations that challenge misinformation and prejudice. Teachers equipped not to avoid conflict, but to navigate it, trained to recognize and address radicalization early. Curricula enriched with philosophy, ethics, cultural literacy, helping pupils understand themselves and also the others. And last but not least, intercultural exchanges that broaden perspectives and build empathy. These are not luxuries, they are necessities. Without them, we risk losing our youth to division. Let me close with a short story, and I will respect the timing, Patricia. A quiet girl in my class, her hijab framing a shy smile, once whispered, "Sir, on the street, people look at me like I don't belong." I asked, "Do you feel you belong here?" She nodded. In this classroom, yes. That is where de-radicalization begins, in relationships, in recognition, in dignity. Honorable members, I appeal to you, those with the power to shape Europe's schools and policies, invest in our youth, invest in dialogue that empowers critical minds, invest in education that builds a diverse, democratic Europe. Our young people are ready to lead. Let us equip them with the means to do so. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Erik. I would like to have a lot of clones like you, because I have not the impression that all over the country we have teachers of your quality.